Hey, this is Long Ashes of crapbeer.com. With me, as always, is Ashtray.
I am the Ashtray.
And Nubs.
What up?
And the beer that we're going to be reviewing this week is a beer that probably everyone has at least sampled once in their lifetime. Maybe, not by choice, maybe by force, who knows. It's an American Pilsner, Budweiser, the king of beers.
That's right.
A 4.3% ABV. They call it an American style lager, but I know that this is under the Pilsner category. It has to be done at some point, and since craft beer is just starting out, you might as well do it in the beginning and get it out of the way. I have had this several times before. I don't particularly enjoy it, but who knows? Maybe we'll have a different light on it since we're going to be reviewing it, and for the actual show. So,
yep.
Just zoom in here a little bit. There's really not a lot to say about this. There's the beer.
There it is.
Budweiser, king of beers. Everyone's probably seen it before. And one thing I completely forgot about this one was I'd actually broken out my bottle opener. I was about to crack it open, and then Nubs over here reminded us that it's actually a twist. I haven't done that in a long time. So I'm just going to twist it open. Just going to smell it a little bit. I'm going to zoom out a second while we do this. Yeah, that's Budweiser.
Oh yeah.
Smells like watered down piss to me. But alright. I'm going to show you the pour. We'll try to be descriptive about it. Comes out looking like urine, and really looks like just watered down piss to me, but really almost no head whatsoever. Very clear, very fizzy, lots of carbonation to it. Real bubbly, you can see the bubbles floating in there. And it's not even a one finger head.
There's like nothing, no head to it at all.
But I guess we'll just go ahead and smell it here in the glass. See what it smells like.
Good old Budweiser.
It's a traditional smell that I've always had is in my mind for domestic beer. Anytime before I started drinking different ales and different types of more expensive type beers, Budweiser was always somewhat my choice, because it was just kind of like culturally conditioned. It was like I always grew up here in Budweiser, so when I became interested in beer, I was like, well, I'll have a Budweiser.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's always been like the domestic beer for me. So I've got an okay opinion on it. Personally, I prefer like the international type ales. I think those are really good, but I can't knock it too much. It's an American classic, so.
Yep.
I mean, one thing that you have to, give them credit for is their marketing campaign is amazing. The Super Bowl commercials that they have, the Budweiser frogs, the Budweiser girls that they have, all the commercials. Just
Clydesdales
it's just a really good marketing campaign. So, they definitely know how to sell a product, and I guarantee you the majority of beer drinkers in America probably are not drinking craft beers. They're probably drinking, American style lagers or pilsners like Budweiser. So,
Yeah.
Just a little bit of information before we drink it up. It was introduced by Aldous Bush in 1876, and apparently it was one of the highest selling beers in the United States. We know that. It's made up of 30% rice in addition to some hops and barley malt, so that's pretty much the contents of it. It's 4.3%, and they also sell it in a Budweiser Light, which is less calories and even more watered down piss flavor. But that's pretty much it, really. I mean, we can go into more detail about it, but do you really want to hear much more about the beer, or do you want to hear about what it tastes like? So, let's do it up. Cheers.
Cheers. I do gotta say, this is one of those, one of those beers that you'll have at your like big random parties, and this is one of those beers that you can take and just slug it down, and it just like, I'm gonna get another one. And it's Budweiser, it ain't gonna, it don't have a very much of a high alcohol volume, so you can just slug it down and just go one after another,
Guess it's good for drinking games.
Drinking games.
Yeah. Playing some quarters or
Yeah.
asshole. It kind of drinking a little bit, trying to be a little bit descriptive here without just, completely saying it tastes crappy, but I don't know about you guys, but it seems like it kind of absorbs the moisture in your mouth a little bit. Like you almost have to take another drink. Because it kind of dehydrates your mouth a little bit. I don't know, it's doing that to mine. It's like sucking up all the moisture in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But not much taste to it. I'm not getting much taste to it at all.
No. I mean, I'm still going to hold true to what I initially said. That, it's a domestic beer, and there's no complexity to it. It's good for knocking back if you're going to have one after another. Not that I do that often, but... it's your domestic drink, and it's really not. I mean, it's not the worst thing. It's not, it's nothing like I've had Little Kings, and I think that's horrible. This in comparison, I think, is a lot better than that. But this in comparison to like the craft beers or the the really good lagers you can get, I think that this pales in comparison to that. But it's it's a Budweiser.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's really glass worthy.
No, this is fine.
It's not something like, sitting down with a cigar, or sitting down, with whatever else, and like a dinner, a nice dinner. There's a lot of ales that complement certain meals. This, I think, is just, like Nub said, it's just a party brew.
Party flavor beer.
It's just really for parties, or I could see this as maybe like if it's hot outside, you're doing some yard work, you want a nice alcoholic thirst quencher, I can see this as that. It's not horrible, I could drink it, of course all the jokes about piss water come in mind and stuff when people say, but I've had a hell of a lot worse than this. I've had the Hootie Delight before. Ugh. And that beer is, probably about the grossest abomination on the planet Earth, but so this one's a lot better compared to that. Overall, I think we kind of all agree that, it's drinkable. It's probably not decent level, but it's drinkable. And
yeah, it's definitely drinkable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's pretty much it. You're not going to get much from it. A nice, light, crisp taste, really. Not glass worthy. Just drink it right out of the bottle and save it for those parties where you just don't really care what you drink. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. This is Long Ashes, Ashtray and Nubs, and we're going to continue to search for the Holy Grail of Ale.
Peace.